One. And welcome to another episode of The Other Side of Vegas. I'm your host, Roy Evans. And the man to my left right here, Oscar P. San Diego right now. We out here in San Diego, by the way. Oscar is out here in San Diego by way of New York City. So what I want to do real quick is go through a brief hit. Matter of fact, my bad. We gotta get it in. Start the show. We're gonna set it off like so.
Just when I thought I was out,
they pulled me back in.
You know I'm a sipper, so I'm gonna be sipping.
He punked out on me just that quick.
This is actually pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know, we'll be in Mexico for mi casa in like a week.
True.
And that's all we're gonna do over there is drink tequila.
This is true.
And eat tacos like every day.
So, by way of New York City, let's talk about your history in New York, real quick.
My history in New York has a couple of different stages, because before I established myself as a producer, you know, I think the first impact that I ever made on the scene was when I was publishing Ground Level magazine.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know about this magazine. It was like an underground New York City gossip rag type project that we used to do back in the day, man. And it was crazy because it started off as a one-page thing, and then it went from one page to a full-blown magazine. Like,
now you say back in the day, give us a number.
This was like early 90s, man. Early 90s.
So keep that in mind when you talk about back in the day.
Yeah, early 90s. Back in the day, 80s, 90s, back in the day. And Ground Level magazine, I mean, the way we used to do it, we would review records, and if the record sucked, it sucked. We said, this record's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
You know, if we used to do stuff like print the addresses of the guys that were bootlegging vinyl.
Oh.
This is home address, go get them. You know, crazy stuff like that. And then the crazy part is that the magazine would just appear at your house or at your office, like overnight, because we used to go overnight and put these things under people's doors for the first 2 years when it was just underground stuff. And so, you know, people would come and get up in the morning, go get their coffee. What the hell? How'd they get my address? You got the Ground Level tip sheet in your hand. So I kept it really under the covers. Like, nobody knew who the fuck we were. Nobody knew where this stuff was made. Like, it was later that I revealed in an interview, like, my boy Freddie from Shelter Records used to work at Atlantic Records. So they had the giant copy machines over there.
Okay.
So Freddie would let me in like 2 a.m, and I'd be at Atlantic Records just running like 7 copy machines at the same time, making like 1,000 of these things, and then stapling them, boxing them, and then I had like interns just drop them off all over the city at people's houses and offices. It was crazy, right? It was just fun, underground, rebellious shit. And
what did that segue into?
Dude, eventually, I wanted it to go into to become a real magazine. So that means we had to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's me. I did this, and I think that was my first impact into the scene, where everybody knew I did that magazine. Everybody was reading it. Everybody loved it. Everybody, you know, so I had notoriety from that.
Yeah.
And then my second level of notoriety in New York in the scene was from party promoting.
Okay.
You know, because it was hard. I was still producing, but I didn't have, you know, I wasn't having the hits that I got now. You know, the club bangers that all the top guys are playing. You know, this was us starting out. You know, we had records on Strictly and different labels, but Easy Street. But it was just easing it in, easing it in. You know, and we had a lot of fun.
You gotta.
Yeah, we had a blast, man. I mean, those were the days I can't take it back. I mean, on the party promoting tip, man, it's you know, I started promoting parties because I couldn't get put on. I try to get booked for gigs. Dude, it's the typical story. In your own city, you don't get the time of day. You don't get the respect. Nobody, meanwhile, I was already going to London, Frankfurt, Italy, a lot of places I was already gigging. France, I played in France a lot. And, back home, nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get, carry anybody's records in the door. It was terrible.
You couldn't even play for a bar tab.
Yeah, so I just decided, okay, so then I'm just going to start doing my own parties. And we started doing parties, and it started in the Lower East Side. I used to do a lot of stuff with Michael T. Brown. I collaborated with a lot of people. And eventually it segued into working at different venues, and then we started I'll House You. And that was the party that stuck.
Yeah.
Like, we had a good 5-year run doing I'll House You in New York City, maybe longer, but I think 5 strong run. I mean, every DJ, like all my boys played there. Anybody who was coming into town played there. I mean, you could name any name. They came and played that party, and it wasn't for any major money.
Yeah.
It was because it was the hot party on a Friday night, and we were doing that motherfucker weekly.
And where was this?
This was at Bar 13, but we hopped around to a lot of different places. So I mean, when people ask me what's the impact, these are the first two, and then of course later, once I established myself as a producer, then I got a third wave of notoriety from that. But that took a long time, and it's like, it takes a while to find yourself in the studio. I was always looking for a signature sound that if anybody heard, oh, that sounds like an Oscar P track. That was always what I was working towards. It took me a long time. I mean, it looks easy. It looks like I'm banging them out every week, but it took a long time to get to that level of self-confidence where my stuff is good.
Yeah.
And I had that
Not
confidence.
just because I think it is.
No, I work towards it, and my stamp of recognition for me is always the top DJs all around the world playing my stuff. House DJs, techno DJs, trance DJs playing my records, the whole Afro movement, those guys, and a lot of the pioneers and legends, like they always supported, even the guys that didn't know me. It's one thing if you're boys, David Morales, he's playing my track. This guy's, Tony Humphrey's playing my track. Guys that Roger said. But when it's big dudes that they don't know you from Adam, and they're banging your stuff, everything you put out, they're playing. Bro, that's a huge, stamp of approval. You know? So I mean, that's kind of like my a short breakdown of my history. Well, not that short, but
just to step back for a second, because this will be relevant a little bit later. When you say that that I'll House You was in different spots, that's the difference between like having a residency at a place and building a brand. Something that you can take anywhere you go. Yeah.
Well, that's what happened with I'll House You. I mean, we started it at Bar 13, and then from there we, but I also had the support. Like, whenever you're gonna do a party, you need the support of whoever's managing the place or whoever owns the place to give you space to build the party. I've been fortunate that a lot of the parties I've thrown, I've worked in some really good places as much as I've worked at some shitty places. Yeah. Like I had guys who were like, dude, I believe in this. Go, don't worry about it. Don't worry,
Now, there's giving you the leeway to do something, but at the same time, are they playing a part of that energy? Whether not just monetarily.
In the beginning, they want to see what you're gonna do. Yes. But then after a while, when they buy in, it's successful. Then they want to, they want to contribute more. Help you with promotions, help push the party for you, get more people in. If there's a DJ you want to bring in, they'll chip in, give you some money to bring them in. So I've been fortunate that I've had that experience, and then from there we branched out into doing the party in different places. Yeah. I've done I'll House You in Amsterdam. I've done I'll House You in Italy. I've done I'll House You in the UK. I've done I'll House You in Los Angeles. I've done it in San Diego we do it every 2 months in San Diego with Matt Bryant at House Music Fridays. We've taken it on the road quite a lot. The Bay Area, I was just in the Bay Area. We've done our house parties over there. Yeah. When I collaborate with those guys, you know, about the music and Eric Groove and his camp. So I mean, it's great. You know, it's great.
It means a lot when you not just get, you know, a little monetary support from an establishment, but out of curiosity, I find myself when I go play somewhere, you know, I'll go to the spot, and especially like if it's like a, you know, spot like and it's open, like say it's like a bar or something, and I'll say like, you know, so what's going on tonight, and just kind of see if the bartenders know, if they're excited about it, you know. It'll be, and it's been a mix. Sometimes they're just oblivious, you know, which is cool. It's not like it's anything wrong, but I'm always curious about that kind of shit. Or when someone tries to explain it,
you get the energy. Like a lot of the places I've been working here, you know, about a year. Actually, it's about to be our 1 year anniversary of Chocolate. You played last night. Yep. You played other parties. You see the energy at that party. It's different. Yes. It's, you know, it's some serious dancing. You know, dancers throwing down. The people that are there are serious about listening to music. Yeah. These, you know, people come up to you, and when they ask you for a request, they're asking for real stuff. Yeah. You know, they're not asking you to play hip hop or reggaeton. They want like, yo, man, you got any, you know, they hitting you with like real stuff. Yeah. Like, oh, yeah, I do have that.
Just to clarify, I didn't get any requests last night. Just to let you know. Yeah. But one thing that really stood out to me, because I've been to this party, and just but beyond it being a great party by itself, just the vibe in San Diego in general, one of the many things I appreciate is that there's still dance culture, where people come out to dance. Yeah. You know,
I mean, what's good about San Diego is, you know, it's one of the reasons I moved here. I always tell people this is like the 90s over here for me. It's like I'm reliving my 90s, because this is how the 90s were in New York. Yeah. Energy, stuff going on, collaborations. You wake up any day and there's like 12 parties to go to. Yeah. You know, San Diego, even though some of the parties are smaller and some are more medium sized, we have big ones as well, but there's a lot of smaller boutique type parties, bro, and they're all banging. And there's a lot of cats putting in work right now.
Oh, man. You know? Speaking of the cats putting in work, I'm going to be also chopping it up with my man, Brian.
They're so hot right now.
Man, fucking love those dudes, man. And just to see them excited. Yeah. It's one thing to be working hard, and it's
you gotta love what you do. Working hard is great, but you don't have that passion. It's hard.
Working, there's loving what you do, and then there's that time when you just kind of shift gears and you're actually excited about what you're doing. Yep. Like, this actually feels good now, as opposed to me just trying to find your sound or whatever that is. I found that sound, and now it's actually reaping benefits. Whereas on one side in the beginning, you know, you have to be able, it's a luxury to be able to facilitate your passion. Yeah. And then your passion starts paying off. Yep. You know, and just to see that.
It's a fun thing to see and
Oh,
experience.
man. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Like, I'm going through the same type of thing with Chocolate. Like, I look forward to this party. Yeah. Like, we only started having guests because it was just a residency type thing. But as the party's growing, it's like anybody who's in the area, a guest every once in a while. Hey, man, let's do it. And as long as they play the right format, you know. And, you know, it's a party. We're going to turn 1 year old next month. We got Ovius coming down. I started the party with Kenny, Pro K. He had the spot unlock, and hey, man, you want to collaborate? Sure, but this is the kind of party I'd like to do. So I needed that. I needed, you know, just like these guys, I've taken them under my wing to promote and make a platform for everybody to share. They also was like, hey, man, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Not everybody's into it. You know, I didn't even know if it was going to work, but we pushed this African house sound in San Diego, and it was just at the right time. Like, I always do my set and do my thing at playing gigs, whether we're playing for Chris Herrera, Soleil, Deep End, whoever we're working with. So I'm always giving people a taste of that. But to do a full party on a Thursday night at Blonde Bar, third Thursday of every month,
Can't
You know,
resist.
it's amazing how it's gravitated, but it just goes to show you, and it's a very mixed, diverse crowd.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. I tell stories about how the one time I came and I'm only making fun, so don't fucking beat me up. But the party was over. I'm outside hanging out, and these two white girls come out like, oh my god, I'm like so coming back. You know, it's like so when you talk about the diversity, it's not like not man, you may have stood your ground like this is I want this to be Afro only. You know, which is a hard sell, but sometimes it's worth standing your ground and taking a shot. But when it pays off, and it's not like I want an Afro just because I only want the chocolate in here. You know, it's a real diverse crowd and everybody can appreciate it. And matter of fact, like I can't think of dude's name that it was his birthday last night. The long hair. Dude was getting down.
Vin, yeah.
Oh man, big ups to him. Big ups to everybody that came.
Vin actually is one of our collaborators.
Yeah.
So he promotes with us. He gets all the dance crews down. It was his birthday. I wanted to get him really bad and like wheel him home. Wheelbarrow or something, but he got away.
Well, you know what, man? The weekend has just started. Matter of fact, tonight we got House Music Fridays with Matthew Bryan. It's gonna be him, Matt and Ricky, and some Paul. I haven't seen Paul in a minute. And then this weekend there's Soleil. So we got plenty of opportunities to get them straight smashed.
There's a lot of stuff tonight. Is a lonely boy tonight. At a music box that's gonna be hot. I mean, San Diego is becoming. It's been growing, and it's expanding. So as it's expanding, more people are taking risks and doing more events, which is great. It's part of the scene. It's part of a healthy scene.
Yeah, and as far as like what makes, I mean, beyond taking chances, because obviously anyone that's watched this show has heard me say a million times, scared money don't make money. But generally speaking, besides taking those risks, there's certain things that just have to be in I won't say in line, but there. Whether it be the interest, whether it be the people, whether it be people working together, not stepping on each other's toes.
Oh, you need that at any party.
Yeah.
Or it's not gonna work. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be 50 years old in December. The big 50.
Finally, somebody before me.
It's like half of my life, and probably 35 years of my life I've been involved in house music. It's insane. I started DJing.
I mean, because you officially celebrated 30 years in the game.
Yeah. Well, it was longer. Just 30 for marketing purposes. 30 sounded better.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like 35. But. It's fun. Any project I'm working on, I have to have fun. If I'm not having fun, I've been doing this for so long that it's not just about making a couple of bucks. I need to have a good time.
Yeah.
I need to be excited about a project, motivated to promote, talk about it, get people out, share my thoughts. I mean, it's a process, but I gotta have fun.
Now, where do you draw the line? Because some of us, this is what we do, and some people, and I'm not knocking it, when I say this, but some people like part-time, they got to hold down a 9 to 5, so they can't really be in it. So where do you draw the line between having fun and then the business side?
For me, it's got to be both.
Exactly. Okay.
It's got to be both. I mean, I've been working for myself since I was 17. Had my first apartment at 17 years old. Left my house. Working at clubs, giving out flyers, Palladium, Tunnel. Worked at AMPM Management for a couple of years. So, dude, I've been around and seen a lot. But I knew I wanted to be in the music business.
Yeah.
So it's like I wasn't looking for a job. This is it. I got to make this happen because this is what I want to do. It was a lot easier back then. The music business monetarily has shrunken. Because we're not selling physical products, we're selling digital products. Digital products are sold a lot cheaper. So when I had my CD business and I was making CDs and compilations, that I would make $20 grand a week just running around selling CDs out the back of a van.
Yeah.
Shipping to distributors. Dude, you're talking about now we're doing a CD would be $1 to make, and we'd sell that for like $1, $1 to make. We'd sell it for like $7.99, $8 a CD. There's a profit margin.
That's
there.
in bulk.
Yes, there's a profit margin there. Even if you sold one at a time.
Yeah.
You paid $1 and I sold your CD for $8. I made $7.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. Now we're talking about a 99 cents a download.
Yeah.
The profit margin, whether it's $1.99 on some sites or $1.49, it doesn't matter. 50% of that is what you're making.
Yeah.
And that's the business right now. And then there's licensing and publishing inside things and events. That's why it's so important if you're doing music to have events side by side with it, because they're more connected than ever. There's more synergy now.
Yes.
Before you could be a promoter, or a label. These days, a lot of guys, it's unified. Everybody's doing both.
Yeah.
Because it goes hand in hand. That you're gonna expand your base that way.
Yeah.
Hey, what record is that you're playing? Oh, it just so happens that's on our label. Here's the link. Boom.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's important to get that across to your customers. Like, hey man, we put out music. We're pushing music. We're a distribution company. This is what we do. Here's what's out this week. It's okay if you're not a DJ. You're a music lover. Check this out. You don't have to go buy it. You can go stream it on Spotify. But I'm letting you know that it's out there because it's a different customer.
Yeah.
The digital market today, and everybody thinks I'm insane, but I tell them you gotta separate the distinction. The person, it's a DJ driven market, right? So DJs are the ones buying this music, not the general guy, the regular guy that goes to the party and pays $10-$20 to see you. DJ, that guy streams music. The non-DJ guy, he's just a guy who likes music, likes dancing, likes to go out to parties, and he's probably on Spotify, on iTunes, streaming stuff. I talk to people all the time. But that's your club event customer.
Yeah.
Those guys will come out and support and come hear you play time and time again. They don't know what Traxsource or Beatport is.
Yes.
They have no idea it exists.
Yeah.
The DJ is the last frontier. That's the last guy who's buying music for work purposes. So that's my main customer. I'm not even trying to promote, Traxsource links to regular. They're not. Those guys are streaming.
Yeah.
It's a different head. It's a different person, different individual. I'm promoting the Traxsource Beatport links to DJs. That's my number one guy that I'm trying to get my advertising to. Because those are the guys that are looking for music. They're hungry for it. They need it.
So now, when you talk about getting the message to the customer, now you make the distinction between the customers. Talk to me about the marketing side of it.
It's tricky. You still have to promote all your things to these guys because, like I said, even though they might not physically go to a store and buy it, they're streaming your music and they're still following you. They're following your podcast, listening to your DJ sets, looking to see where you're going to be next. So you still have to cross, but the merchandising comes into play with the events. So merchandising is key because that's an extra income stream you can make selling t-shirts for your event.
Yeah.
And that's something both customers will buy.
Yes.
The DJs that go to your parties will buy it and the regular party people will buy it as well.
Yeah.
So there are connections. It's hard to establish more of them, but it's not impossible. It's just, it's communication.
Yeah.
I'm at my party. You see how I'm at my parties. I run around. When I'm not behind the booth, I'm running around, spending time with these people. Then I go to the bar, spend time with these. You want to make sure everybody's, hey, you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. How are you,
yeah.
man? You have to have that connection.
You're hosting.
That's what makes a great promoter and a great host.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lost art form, bro.
Absolutely. And there are very few cats that can do both.
Yeah. When people tell me, why are you good at this? Because I'm good at communicating with people that come to my events. I want to know who they are. I genuinely care about who they are.
Yeah.
What they're doing, what kind of music they like, what kind of artists they want to see, what kind of DJs they want to hear. And I have some really good connections. I've always been good at that stuff.
Yeah. for the people that aren't, that's where partnerships come in to play.
Yeah.
And by the way, big ups to my man Bruno Browning. He'll be out here tomorrow, and having that yin to your yang as far as people that,
Yeah.
And it's not easy. You can't just do it because you need it and just find somebody. Hey, I need you to do this, but they may not be good at that. You know what I mean?
No. Some people are good at good in other things. I mean, my wife is good at what there's things that she does I can't do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm good at what I'm doing. She's good at what she's doing, and then there's stuff that we're both good at.
Yeah.
So, but you know, it works. If you find the right partner to expand on events, it's got to work. It's got to be that ebb and flow.
To a certain extent, to be more specific, it's almost like that right partner has to find you. You know what I mean? Obviously,
there's always people that come to the party. Hey man, how can I get involved and help this party better? Hey man, call me Monday. Let's chat about it. I'm always looking for people to spread the word and promote. You know, some people are looking to make some money. Some people are genuinely like, man, I really love this party and I want to help out.
Yes.
You know, and that's called the scene.
Yeah.
That's where the scene gets developed. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's absolutely necessary. There has to be, in order for there to be a scene, just like in order for there to be a party, there has to be dancers.
Yeah.
You know, like every party just can't have fucking Jesus poses and hard hands and shit. You know, every party has to have these certain elements in order to be what it can be. And
that's one thing about the San Diego underground here now. It's like these people come out to dance, man.
Yeah.
You're not standing around. If they're standing, it's because they're getting a drink.
Yeah.
And then they're going right back to dance. You know,
chop it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, kind of get your breath. You know, whatever. But for the most part, they're back on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Actually dancing.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah.
Two-stepping above.
You know how incredible that is to be behind the DJ booth and see people dancing while you're DJing?
Yes.
Not standing around.
Like real footwork.
Yeah.
Just imagine, like real footwork, you know? And I mean, I'm kind of making fun a little bit, but in the end, that's what's necessary. And I think that it goes so much deeper when you have people that just legitimately don't know how to dance, don't know how to move with purpose under 124 BPM.
Remember, you know, a lot of people come to the parties. It's not whether they know how to dance or not. It's just to express themselves.
Or should I say willing?
Yeah.
Willing to physically express yourself in a certain way, besides just jumping up and down.
Yeah, willing
like
to
the
go
DJ's
out
got that
and
covered.
Let it go and let yourself get absorbed by the music.
Yeah.
That's what a good party does.
Get that to me one more time.
It's only one thing I'd like to see more. I'd like to see more bass. Two main labels. I mean, Open Bar. We've been cranking the schedule up this year tremendously. I'm a all for one for all type of guy, but I'm also, there's a competitive side.
Yeah.
So I mean, Open Bar is about 10 years old. I've been having a good market share of the crowd that I have for a long time. So once the Afro genre has expanded, you see a lot of pop-up labels popping up left and right. All of a sudden, my records are not doing what they used to be doing. Artists that I'm signing are not selling as much. My chart positioning is, where are my records at? So, you know what? I decided to stop complaining about it. And, you know, and we're just going to pick it up a notch and get back some of that market share.
Yeah.
So this year, the plan this year was to start off really strong, started off with Words.
Yeah.
Austin Lottie killed that mix for
Yes.
and then we just continued from there on. Bombs. I actually turned down a lot of releases, demos this year. Like if it's not like, you know, a deadly assassin, I don't want it. You know, so I kind of found myself getting a little complacent with a lot of the signings. You know, like, you know, I wasn't working hard enough. That's the reality. That's why these younger kids were outworking me, putting out bombs, and all of a sudden their records are in the top 10, #1, and my records are like 88. I'm like, that can't be, man. I'm one of the established dudes.
Yeah.
That can't happen.
Yeah.
So, you know, that actually stoked the competitive fire. And I said, no, man, we're gonna, you look at the charts today, I got like 18 records on the chart right now. In the top 100, sprinkled, like from top 10 all the way down of records doing damage. But that's good. If you don't have competition, you don't get excited.
Let me hop in for a second, because it almost sounds like it almost sounds somewhat braggadocious, but I don't want you to skip over the honesty that just happened right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't working hard enough.
I wasn't.
You know what I mean? So how easy it was to be able to self-assess and be honest about that. That's something that needs to carry over, not just in record label shit, not just life, in DJ shit.
You get complacent, you get settled. I've been doing well for a long time. So when you're doing well, you take your foot off the gas. You know what? I don't gotta work as hard. I'm established. I'm set. I'm good. It's bullshit. It's all a fugazi.
But at the same time, here's the tricky part. Nobody says that in the beginning. Everybody thinks that they're still doing the damn thing.
Obviously, my records are not hitting.
Yeah.
And they're not selling. Then I need to sign better records. I need to look for better artists. I need to work with better people. So I made a conscious decision to stop signing things that were just good.
Yeah.
It's not good enough to be just good. We have to be great.
That's almost similar to just being a DJ and selecting songs.
Yeah.
I've had to reassess certain things a couple of years ago when I realized how many baby tracks I had. It was good music. Don't get me wrong. It was good music.
But it wasn't great. How many of it is memorable? How many of these records am I going to remember?
And especially when you segue into just playing, and obviously you want to have great music, but then when you're starting the headline, a lot of that stuff just doesn't really apply.
No. A lot of those records there's tons of stuff I buy that I don't even get to play.
Yeah.
Because it's just not good enough to keep these people happy.
Hashtag TSA, hashtag.
It's great for a mix show, radio appearance. Yeah. It ain't good for the dance floor.
Yes.
There's two different kinds of records. So I mean, luckily for me, I'm the kind of guy that I have conversations with myself every year. This is how I got to be a better producer. I'm having conversations with myself. Hey, is my stuff good? And I tell the people all the time, is my stuff good enough? Is my stuff really good?
Yeah.
Is this really working? You know? Because if you're in the same place every year and you're not moving forward, you're failing. You gotta be
Say that shit one more time, please.
You gotta be moving forward in your career or you're failing. You can't be if 1 year goes by, then another year goes by, and you're still in the same place, you're not growing. You need to build up. You need to be playing more, producing more, getting better, getting your records out there more. If that's not happening, bro, you're failing. Sorry.
For the most part, and don't get me wrong, like moving forward, moving up, all that's relevant. Let's just start with doing something different. And then it'll shake out however it's going to shake out. But just the need to grow, because that you can't really foresee where growth comes from. But if you keep working,
but you can look at growth by the popularity of your record label, popularity of the records you're producing yourself, popularity of notoriety, status. You're gaining status as you grow. Your status grows. More doors open. More opportunities come. Your life gets better.
Yeah.
If that's not happening, something's wrong.
Yeah. You
gotta really have a conversation with yourself. Yo, is my shit really that good? How can I make this shit better? And I try to have this conversation with myself every January. I go back and listen to everything I've done. How can I make all this? How can I be better than this?
So you're actually a calendar dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always another thing that I do is when I'm doing my record label sales recap for the whole year. My success is not based on one record or one artist or what I'm doing as an individual.
Yeah.
The success is based on the collective sales of the entire year. Yeah. What did this label make all year? I better be selling like 80,000 downloads. Yeah. That's the ballpark of success to me. 80,000 downloads, 100,000 downloads, in a year of stuff that I've been putting out. That's great. Yeah. Anything if I'm doing like 10,000 downloads in 12 months, that's not that good. No. You know, so I look at that stuff, and those are things you can work on. And obviously the records have to be good.
Yeah.
That's why when a lot of cats, you know, hey man, dude, the song is good, it's just not for me. Well, what's wrong with it? You need to make better records. I try to tell people the truth, because no one's gonna get better if they don't hear the truth. So I tell them the truth, man. Dude, the track is banging, the vocalist you got is horrible. Yo, dude, the mix down needs to be better. You need to go back into the studio.
I can hardly make out the words. I mean, it's a nice tune. She's got a nice voice with the diction, or whatever it is.
Some guys don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like this small percentage of cats who are like, thank you for the feedback. Nobody's ever taken the time to tell me that.
Mm-hmm.
If people just don't answer or just say no. Nobody tells me why they're saying no, or why they're not taking the demo. You have to tell people why you're not taking the demo, so they can learn and become better producers. And then I got some of these cats, they come back. And then they come back and they're on the roster 6 months later.
What about this?
Yeah, what about
How
this?
you like this?
Or they're gonna strive. Like, you really want to be on my label, listen to what we're doing. Listen to the sound we're putting out. Listen to the quality of music we're putting out. And step up.
Yeah.
And work on it. We got all the time in the world, man. We're not dying tomorrow.
See, here's the thing.
We don't want to die tomorrow.
Like,
we want to keep going.
What that, to me, the way I translate that, that's the distinction between, you know, the people that you know that love you, that can't do it. So obviously they're proud of you for going after whatever you're putting work into, and they'll go like, okay, well, I mean, that's great. You know, it's like differentiating the difference between, you know, a like on Facebook and a fucking heart. The heart usually comes from your loved ones, you know, because, hey, I'm glad you're going for it, buddy, you know. And there's a difference between that, which seems like a support, and it is support to a certain extent, but how critical is it? Now, how much is it helping you? You know.
Well, you know, if too many of your friends are telling you how fabulous you are, you're not going to improve.
Exactly.
You're going to think, oh, you know, that's why you got to have conversations with yourself.
Yeah.
And you got to really go back and analyze all the work you've done all year, your body of work, the 50 records I've put out. I need to listen to these records and sit down and crack a wine and check and listen to this stuff and see where I went this year. Okay, now where we're going this year. You got to do that, or else you're not going to grow as a label. You're not going to grow creatively, you know. And as an A&R person, I'm not going to grow. You know? There's two ways of A&Ring. You know, you can sign filler stuff, or you can go out and find talent that's new. There's a lot of talent out there. It's not just South Africa anymore. Yeah. You got Botswana, you got Kenya, there's Portugal, there's cats coming out, Italy, Greece, there's cats coming out of everywhere doing fabulous stuff. So you got to go find them, you know. You got to find these guys. You know, that's what an A&R person does. We go out and find artists. And if some of them are not ready, you take them under your wing, you cultivate them. You school them. Hey, man, this is great, but check this out. You need to polish up your sound a little more. You know, and I've got a lot of good guys on my roster that do that are great.
And polishing up sound can obviously is relative. Depends on what depends on what necessary.
Well,
one of the things that kind of stand out to
A&R like towards my ear and what I want for the label.
One of the things that stands out to me though is things like an obvious lack of investing in mastering. You know, how much do you run into that kind of stuff?
I mean, I do a lot of my own mastering. Then I started working with Damien at Connected. Why? Several reasons. He gets the sound that I want.
And it's also a fresh ear.
He's a fresh ear, and I'm too busy to do everything. As you grow, you're too busy. So that means I have to spend more money on outside mastering just to keep my schedules running intact. I have to outsource because I can't do it. I'm just too crazy. I'm not only A&Ring and running my labels and doing parties, I'm also as a DJ. I'm out traveling and touring, trying to have a career, trying to build a career. You know, and then when I'm not doing that, I have to be in the studio making these damn records. It takes time. Yeah. You know, so eventually you hit a wall where, man, I can't do it all. I gotta find some guy, you know, that luckily I found this guy who gets the job done. Yeah. He's fast, he's efficient, and he has a really good ear. You know, when I first started working with him, it was Roger Doing Work that hooked me up with him.
Doing Work, okay.
and he was pushing him on me for a while. And I was, nah, dude, I kind of do a lot of this stuff myself. And then I tried him on the Mark Farina remix.
Okay.
That I did for Roger.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, whoa, this record sounds amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I can't even get, because it's a different ear.
Yeah.
You know, so I tried him on, then I tried him on Stars remix I did for DJ Vivona. And dude, I got that back and I heard that in a club for the first time. Like played out in a big club. And I was like, why was this for Chicago? He played it. And I was like, bro, this shit sounds crazy. You know? Like you can hear the difference. So I started using them more. But before I started using them more, I said, hey man, send me some pictures of what you got over there, because I got to see how you get this sound. So he sends me like pictures of, you know, analog, all the analog gear, everything, the console, and I'm like, okay, but really what stood out is a giant picture of Larry Levan and a giant picture of Frankie Knuckles. That's what he's mastering to. That's when I said, that's why he nails my sound. Yeah. That's why he gets me. Yeah. Because I come from that school. Yes. So I got lucky. I found a guy who's from my era, generational era, that is into the same music I'm into. So he knows, he hears where I'm sampling stuff from, where I'm getting inspiration from, and he knows how to get the sound I want. And it's important, like, you know, so we not only did we up the quality of the artist, the release schedule, the mastering, promotions, videos, you know, it's everything. We've worked on everything all year round for all the labels.
So from the past to the present, what's the future? What you got coming up?
Right now we've got Quantum Physics album out. The single that's out off of that right now is a remake of Klein and MBO's Dirty Talk. Big disco classic in the 80s. So we remade it Afro style, and that's making the rounds, and that's the single I'm pushing right now. And then I've got the project with Demure. Okay. Yeah. The Fela Conspiracy Part 2 just hit. Yep. So that's making the rounds, and then right now I'm in the studio just working on new stuff. So I got a new track with Chris Herrera from here in San Diego called Said I Know. So we've got like a crazy package we've been putting together. We just did a crazy boxing photo shoot today that I can't wait to like put out there. So you know that's coming. I'm always working on something. And then I've got remix, like I get hired to do a lot of remixes. So I have to squeeze that stuff in because that stuff pays bills as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of paying the bills, that's it for right now. Appreciate you tuning in. Big ups to my man Oscar P for not only hosting me last night for Chocolate, but for being a all-around mainstay in the scene. Big ups to Chris Herrera. Everybody that came out, everybody that's doing shit, thing that's coming up this weekend, from Soleil finale and all that other stuff. Big ups to everybody that's doing what they do, that makes the scene what it is. On behalf of myself and my man Bruno Browning, thank you for watching another episode of Other Side of Vegas. Big ups to my man, 50 grand. Good to see you, my man. And till next time, please, there's no peace without unity. Peace.